So welcome. It's my privilege to call the hearing to order. I would like to thank our witnesses today for taking time from your families, your work responsibilities to share your expertise with our committee today. As a proud Arkansan, I'm delighted to have Ben Noble of Little Rock, Arkansas on today's panel as well. This hearing is the third in a series of our committee our committee is conducting to examine the current state of America's rural economy from the perspective of our farmers, ranchers, lenders, and rural leaders. Having time to reflect on what we have heard in the previous two hearings, it's clear to me that a common theme has emerged. If we expect current and future generations of producers to not only survive but thrive, we need to pass a strong 5-year farm bill this year that strengthens the farm safety net and revitalizes rural communities, many of which are struggling to retain an adequate workforce to feed, fuel, and clothe the next generation of Americans. More than 70% of all counties in this country are rural, and agriculture is the number one industry in a large majority of those rural areas. While there are numerous valuable rural development programs in the Farm Bill that many of us on this committee champion, the most potent mechanisms for rural development are the risk management tools that our producers utilize to secure the financing necessary to grow and expand their operations, which in turn support the communities they call home. The economic activity generated by agriculture, this sector in rural communities supports everything from local retail operations that supply inputs such as feed, seed, fertilizer, and fuel to the grain mills, cotton gins, or other processing facilities that provide direct employment opportunities for local residents. Local governments count on that tax base to provide critical services and infrastructure needed to keep communities healthy and vibrant. Unfortunately, every member of this committee has heard directly from farmers in their state about the very difficult conditions they've endured over the past several years and are likely to face in the future if things continue the way that they are. While many of us have heard from ag groups for years now about the importance of getting a farm bill signed into law, I noticed a distinct change in tone beginning last summer as I visited with not just producers, but also their lenders. One banker in Arkansas then estimated that producers could struggle to secure financing for planting roughly 20% of the acres in my home state. Unfortunately, tough times are nothing new for our nation's farmer. They have endured many challenges before, but we've entered a scenario in which many economic indicators of the health for the agriculture sector, especially for row crops, are headed in the wrong direction and have been doing so for some time now. The $10 billion in economic assistance provided at the end of last year is a critical bridge for many farmers to secure 2025 operating loans. I appreciate the work of many members of this committee in securing this assistance and look forward to swift implementation by Secretary Rollins and the department. However necessary to ensure many farms stayed in operation for the upcoming year, this economic assistance should not in any way be considered a substitute for a 5-year farm bill. Whether you look at rising levels of farm debt, loan delinquency rates, or the percent of row crop farmers that need to refinance debt to cash flow, it's clear that Congress needs to act quickly to strengthen the Farm Bill programs. The suite of risk management tools should provide a critical backstop for producers and ensure adequate credit access for all generations of farmers, but especially our young and our beginning farmers who we are counting on to carry on the honorable work of feeding the world. I look forward to hearing from our witnesses here today and putting their advice into action as we continue our work on the Farm Bill this Congress. Ranking Member Klobuchar will be joining us momentarily, so I'll now proceed with our witness introductions.